Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the top 10 best updates that I think Roblox Jailbreak has ever had. Before we start, I just want to leave one note. I started in late 2018/early 2019, so all of these updates are going to be in between then and now. I don't want to be talking about any updates that I wasn't there to experience by myself. Second, this is like all the updates that I personally think that were some of the best. If there's an update in here that I don't talk about by the end of the video, go ahead and put it in the comments. I'd love to know what y'all think some of the best updates were. And last thing before we start, I think we need to mention the worst update of all time, which I don't think comes as any surprise to y'all. Came out on November 3rd, 2019. It's the OG Season 4 update. This update added the fall map, and it added the Season 4, which was just a bunch of spoilers for vehicles. Nobody liked it because it's just a bunch of cosmetics. Personally, I didn't like it. Yeah, because it's a bunch of cosmetics. But I like updates that change the game. I like it when they make you have to think about what you're gonna do. When they make you rethink a strategy. That's the kind of update that I enjoy. An update that just adds a bunch of cosmetics for a bunch of people to use, not my style, not my type of update, which is why I think that this is the worst update on this list, or the worst update of all time. I get that there are a bunch of other updates that just added cosmetics, but none were as sad as this one. Now, let's start my top 10 best updates of all time with number 10, May 11th, 2019, the Jailbreak HD update. This update gave Roblox Jailbreak the iconic lighting that it had in 2019. This is the lighting that we saw in OG Jailbreak in 2024. This is whenever it kind of had that realistic feel to it. They also redid the skybox, they redid the night, day, and rain, and then they also did some minor bug fixes, all of which I think were really good. They were really what the game needed. I think that before this they were using the older lighting that they might have been using since release. So I think that getting to redo this lighting, getting to give a more realistic vibe, overall helped the game so much. Because I feel like, I'm not saying that Jailbreak is a bad game, because Jailbreak is a good game, but even a bad game with great lighting can be so much better than if it didn't have that good lighting. So that just, I feel like, helps me think about how much lighting can help improve a game, like in its darkest hour. Coming in at number 9 on February 1st, 2020, we had the HD Jet Ski Racing update. This converted the lighting from what they just had in the last update that I mentioned to a new, like, brighter, reflective. They also redid the vehicles to use metal, so they were a lot more reflective of the sunlight. And at this time, COVID was happening, everyone was stuck indoors, and everyone was a little sad. So what makes people a little happy? It's bright colors. So they made the map, they probably weren't thinking this when they did it, but making the map brighter, it made the game a lot more appealing to the eye. Made me personally want to play the game a lot more, just because it was so much brighter, and compared to being stuck indoors and staring at a white wall all day. And I don't know why, but I really loved like the reflectiveness of the cars and the buildings. If I can find a picture of it, I'll put it up on screen right now. But it was just phenomenal, great lighting overall. They also added a new bank floor. They redid the minor things in the bank and jewelry store. It wasn't a total revamp, but they redid some minor stuff in there. And then they added the jet ski racing game mode, which was just, new game mode is always fun to have. Coming in at number 8 on June 30th, 2019, the planes update. All this added was 2 vehicles, the jet and the stunt plane. The planes update was one of the most anticipated updates of all time for Roblox Jailbreak. Mad City already had planes, so Jailbreak added planes. Everybody had already wanted planes in Jailbreak for a long time before Mad City came around, but Mad City gave Jailbreak the final push that it needed to add planes, I feel like. The jet is one of my favorite vehicles to this day to mess around with, fly around with. I like the missiles. Of course, it didn't have missiles when it first came out because they added that in a later update, but overall, phenomenal update. It gave, I think there already is like some stuff in this part of the map, but it gave this part of the map even more of a purpose. And the jet also spawned at the military base, which was also really nice. Coming in at number 7 on July 2nd, 2022, we have the Hyperchrome update. Apparently they redid graphics in this update. I don't really remember. They revamped the monster truck to the monster truck that we have today, which it's alright. And Hyperchromes. This is the big thing of this update. Now, look, whether you like it or not, Hyperchromes were a good thing for the game. Okay, they helped boost the economy. They made criminals want to rob a lot more. Okay, when criminals were robbing a lot more, they were getting a lot more bounties, and cops were getting a lot more money for arresting those criminals with the higher bounties. So overall, Hyperchromes significantly helped boost the game. A bunch of people came back because they all wanted to see like how the Hyperchromes work. They wanted to look at the Hyperchromes. Everybody wanted the Hypershift. It was the first, I guess, animated texture or color that we had ever seen. Everybody wanted it. Literally everyone. And of course, Hyperchromes also have a significant trade value. So there's that. To be honest, I don't understand why they have such a high trade value. Like, I get that they're really rare to get and that they're really hard, but at the end of the day, they're still obtainable. So technically, there's still an infinite number of copies that you can get compared to something like a torpedo. Like a Hypershift is worth more than a torpedo, but you can't get a torpedo anymore. You still can get a Hypershift. So I don't really understand that. But overall, Hyperchrome update deserves to be on this list just because of how much it boosted the criminals, how much it boosted the cops, and how much it boosted the game overall. Coming in at number 6, we have the Jetpack and Season 3 update. So this update added the Jetpack item, which spawned on Jetpack Mountain and the airport. Season 3 began, which had 4 new tires, 4 new rims, and the 2 new cars, the cars being the JV8 and the Raptor. I enjoyed. I don't have any of these cars, or either of these cars, unfortunately not. But from what I know, I'm a big truck guy. I really like the Raptor. I feel like it's a nice balance between the very cheap pickup truck and the very expensive monster truck. And then the JB8, I like the model, pretty good model. And I'm pretty sure it had some pretty good speed. Actually not at first. I believe it might have been really slow at first, but they might have changed. I think they changed that, gave it some pretty good speed. And somehow now the JB8's only valued at $3 million. And I'm assuming the Raptor's valued at less. But overall, 2 very good vehicles to get added into the game. And I personally wish that I had taken the time to grind and eventually get these. They also redid the rocket fuel particles from like the bubble, I guess, looking thing that we had to like the sharp, like actual rocket fuel looking thing that we have today. So all around, a very good update. Coming in at number 5, we have June 9th, 2019, the Power Plant and Jet Ski update. So this added a new vehicle, the Jet Ski, which is apparently the fastest vehicle in the entire game because it can go like, 600 miles an hour or something like that. And it also added the Power Plant. This was the first update that gave purpose to the map expansion. Maybe an update or 2 before this, they expanded the map beyond the criminal base to where the airport is and now, and where the power plant is now. That wasn't there before, but they added that, and then in this update, they gave it a purpose. There wasn't a reason to go over there. If you were going over there, you would just go in there to look at what was new. Now there's a reason. You had the jet ski and you had a robbery over there. On top of that, the power plant was a robbery that we had never seen before. We had not seen anything like it before. The concept of getting the money deteriorating over time to it's a test of your driving skills, pretty much. That's all the power plant really is. Yes, there's a little bit of an hobby to it, but it's really to see how well you can drive, how well you can handle your vehicle, and how well you can get from point A to point B with speed. And because of that, I think that it deserves a spot on this list. Coming in at number 4, we have May 3rd, 2020, the Nukes, the new UI, Prison Island, and Piggy. Those were the big things, and I think this update was pretty significant, because keep in mind, this update, they're coming off the 2020 live event with the Nuke, so of course, Nukes got added. Nukes were anticipated in Jailbreak 2, just like the plans were. There were only 2 ways to get Nukes. You could either pay 20,000 Robux, which is about $200 USD, or you could reach level 50. So, meaning Nukes were rare, and you also got the Radiant Yellow, which, of course, now the Radiants kind of switch out every once in a while to a new thing. But the Radiant Yellow was like, wow, it's glowing. This is insane. kind of like a Hyperchrome. They also added the maximum security island off the coast of the Bounty Bay Airport. Originally, it was in the military base, which was working, yes, but it was way too easy to escape. This one actually had some difficulty to escape, and this island is still in the game. If there's a circular island with like a hole, like a circle hole with rocks around it, that's where the security base, maximum security prison was. It's off the coast of the airport still. The cargo boat sails right past it. It has the shipwreck next to it. It is very difficult to miss. And then the last thing I have a soft spot for, it's Piggy. Piggy, if you don't know, Piggy is a game that was blowing up in 2020, and Piggy would spawn in the sewers at 9:30 p.m. because that's like when she would spawn in the actual Piggy game. And if you got killed by her, you would get Piggy rims, which I like. It's kind of a funny rim because it's just a pig face with a red eye. And eventually, I actually started playing Piggy, and I pretty much have beat the game now. So I have a soft spot for Piggy and for this update for that very reason. Okay, going into the top 3, with number 3 coming out on May 1st, 2019, the Garage Update V1. One reason why I like this update. You can spawn cars. That's it. Let me explain why. Before this, you couldn't spawn cars, and if you were new to the game and say you robbed the bank, and someone had taken your car while you were robbing it, you would be on foot to the nearest Camaro. If you didn't own the Lamborghini, you didn't own the La Matador, and you didn't own the Model 3, you would be on foot to the nearest bruh car, which would be, I believe, at the police base. It was a painful walk. It was a long walk. There was no point in it. It just took time, and it was unnecessary. Now, you could either A, buy the Game Pass and spawn a Camaro, or B, you could walk to the garage, which was probably less of a walk, and spawn a Camaro there. All around, I think it changed the game. Now, I'm not that big of a fan of spawning vehicles now. I feel like there aren't many new Jailbreak players now. I feel like they could remove spawning from the mobile garage, keep it in like the actual garages, but not the mobile garage, and I think that would further improve it, make it a lot easier in cops. But overall, pretty good update. Coming in at number 2, this is our most recent update on the list, November 8th, 2025, the Revamped robbing update. They removed robbery groups. Guys, I don't think, well, I mean, y'all probably know because this was recent, but they removed the robbery groups, which, if you don't know what they were, pretty much robberies were split into groups of 3. So like the museum, jewelry store, and Rising City Bank was one group. The casino, the oil rig, and the the Crater City Bank was another group. The tomb, the passenger train, the cargo plane, and the power plant were a group. And pretty much these groups, they would rotate in groups of 3, and you would have, once all the robbers were robbed, you would have to wait like 10 minutes for another group to open. So criminals were wasting most of their time. They were just standing around doing absolutely nothing. But removing this, now there's no robbery groups, just a new robbery opens, and then whenever that robbery gets robbed and closes, another robbery will open, and then so on and so forth. And then it makes criminals make a lot more money easily, so they're getting a lot more bounty, so cops can make a lot more money easily, and it just boosted the economy, made the game a lot more fun. Criminals weren't standing around anymore, and overall helped boost the game significantly. Coming in at number 1, this is probably no surprise to any of you, December 7th, 2019, winter update. I'm gonna read out. The big thing is the cargo plane. Ice Age map hits Jailbreak for the first time. I'm going to be completely honest with you, I don't like the Ice Age maps, because that's the one where it's white and blue. I like the ones where it's white and brown. I said this in some other video, I don't remember what it was. The cargo plane robbery, insane for its time. I'm pretty sure the trains were still buggy at this time, but all the other players, yes, they would lag a little bit on the cargo plane. You as a player would not. You were just fine. And the idea of jumping out of a moving plane onto the map was absolutely insane for its time. Nobody could have seen it coming. Absolutely nobody. And then skydiving, this fixed a major bug, like not a bug, but like a major annoyance where if you were robbing, say you were robbing the jewelry store and you're trying to jump off and you accidentally close your parachute, you would fall to your death. Now that won't happen because you can redeploy it. And then they added the Roadster, which the Roadster, everyone loves the Roadster. Nice, quick, it's an overall good car, $60,000, so you can probably grind for it as an end like a day, right? So all around, this is a pretty good update. This is what I think is the best update the game has ever seen. This is when they're coming off like their bad, quote unquote, bad updates, if you will, and it helped boost the game significantly. And that concludes my list of the top 10 best Jailbreak updates of all time. Remember, if there's an update that you like that I didn't mention, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. I'd love to know what y'all think. And with that being said, thanks for watching, and peace out.